Hey guys, this is Afti with Close.io. Let's talk about the customer objection dance. So earlier today, I was talking to one of my top sales guys after listening in on one of his conversations, and we identified a core challenge and a problem that I've seen many times before with other salespeople. So here's our sales guy talking to a person that is trialing Close.io, our sales software, and asking him how his experience has been, and it looked like it wasn't quite the right fit, but he wanted to see if that's still valid and if that impression that the sales guy had in an earlier call with them was still kind of true. And the prospect, the guy started telling him about kind of certain things in the product he disliked, right? So he said, yeah, what I really would love to see is a lot more on the reporting side, and a lot more graphs, and a lot more like projections and financial statements, and a lot more integration with other financial software. And our sales guy immediately jumped in and defended the honor of our app and was like, yeah, well, but did you know that our app can do X, Y, and Z, and we just released this new thing on the reporting side, and here's something that's upcoming in the pipeline. So he immediately addressed, excused, explained himself and our product, and tried to defend it. And then the prospect went on to the next piece of feedback and went like, yeah, but also on the mobile front, I'd love to see more mobile-friendly and tablet-friendly applications. I'd love to see this and this functionality. And our sales guy again jumped in and defended immediately and was like, well, but did you know that this and this and that, and can you tell me? And the guy on the other side was silent, and then the prospect started saying, well, social is also really important and really crucial, and it would be great to have a more tightly social profile experience in Close.io. And then our sales guy jumped in again, and it zigged and zagged and went one side and the other, and the guy kept coming up with new objections and wish lists and features and critique and feedback. And our sales guy at some point, slightly frustrated, went, well, did you find a solution that does all these things, to your liking? Which I find, a slightly risky question to ask. But anyways, so he said, did you find something? And the guy went on to say, well, let me tell you, this application does this really great. And then we found this other application, and that application is really great at this other thing. And then we found this other application, and that is really cool about this. And then there's this other thing that's a really cool feature that they have is, and he basically schooled him on the market and all our competitors and the unique things that all of them are good at. But it didn't really answer the question. Did you find something that really satisfied your needs? Did you choose anything? Did you make a decision? Now, sales guy went back and forth with the guy, asking a few more questions, and the guy came up with new ideas and new directions and new feature requests and new thoughts and likes and wants and things that he wanted to see. And it was basically a consulting session, the prospect giving feedback on all the ideas he's ever thought of or seen to our sales guy, and our sales guy kind of tirelessly defending the application and addressing every specific feature request or feature idea that the prospect had. And the call really didn't go anywhere. It really wasn't completely without direction, without a driver, without anybody taking real charge of the conversation. So here's what you should do, and what our sales guy could have done better when you were in that situation, when you have somebody that you would deem difficult, which I like to call challenging and stimulating, and somebody that actually shows and displays and exposes how good you are in sales. If you have somebody, a prospect that has like all these different random ideas and questions and feature requests, instead of actually addressing each of these objections one by one and just jumping into the conversation and addressing it and then having the prospect bring up some new objection and then addressing that, let the prospect speak for a little bit. If the person is concise and has clarity and knows here's the 3 or 4 things they really want, let them speak. Let them give you what they're really interested in. Dig a little bit deeper and then actually ask them, what, out of all these things, what is a deal breaker and absolutely crucial? What's really important to you? And what are the nice to haves? Let's prioritize this list real quick. What are crucial things? What are important things? And what are kind of nice to haves? And then let the prospect actually prioritize the list of demands and features and things that they want. First, once they've done that prioritization for you, first you need to address the crucial, right? The deal breakers, the things they can't live without, and see if your product actually addresses these things or if they're great workarounds. Once you've done that, then you move over to the important and see if you can satisfy them on these important requests that they have. And please don't waste time on the nice to haves. Completely ignore them. Even if you have a lot of those nice to haves, and your inner urge would be to show them that you have so many of their, their 30 feature requests on the nice to have list and you have 20 of them. Never mind, it's just a waste of time. Those are nice to haves and they're called that way for a good reason. So focus on the crucial and the important and ask them to prioritize and categorize all their requests into one of those 3 buckets so you don't waste time on them, right? Once you know what's crucial and what's really important, then you can focus on those things, address them, and then ask them, hey, did I do a good enough job? Does this make sense to you? If we could address these crucial things in this particular fashion, would that make you reevaluate our product? Would that make you want to know more and potentially explore a little bit more and then decide if we're the right solution? And if they say no, ask them why. What's missing? What is the reason why that's not enough? And explore the crucial things and the important things and focus on them versus addressing every single little thing they come up with one by one. You know what the crazy thing is? A lot of times you'll have people bring up like 5, 6, 7, 8 things they want to have, and when you ask them what's really a deal breaker and what's really important to you, they will bring up things that they haven't brought up for the entire conversation. They'll say, oh, if you want to talk about the crucial things, well, A, B, and C, which I haven't said anything about during the entire conversation. What that means is that you didn't really direct them correctly. Nobody was really in charge. You didn't ask the right questions. So when people bring up all their ideas, all their feature requests, ask them to prioritize. What's a deal breaker? What's important? What's nice to have? And then address those. All right? I hope next time when you're on the phone and you're somebody that has lots and lots of ideas, lots and lots of requests that your product might not fully fit yet, you ask that clarifying, prioritizing question, and it's going to really beam a light on, is this somebody I can actually sell to and how? Or is this really a bad fit and we should just all save our time and move on with life?